Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. We are racing at the Nürburgring GP in the Rennsport Community League with the Porsche. I qualified in 6th place, and this is the first race after a bigger update that dropped in Rennsport, but we will talk about that later and now focus on the start. And the lights go green, and we got a really bad start, and Rico's already overtaking me as I just drove a little bit early or rolled a little bit, and now into the first corner. The Aston lost his rear there and completely hunted me in the wall. So now 3D back for me. There are yellow flags out and a Mercedes standing there. Didn't see him. He was completely so yeah, a few cars standing on the side. Gained 2 positions now after the crash. So let's see how quick we can catch up to the BMWs in front and maybe overtake them. I'm trying to get a better exit and it worked. Didn't really want to go to the inside there, so now braking a little bit later than he is. So that's the first real overtake in this race. There actually signed up a lot of people. I think it were like 26, so it made 2 splits, 13 here in the first split and also 13 in the second split. Of course, you'll probably recognize a few names from the last videos. But now actually catching up to the Porsche in front. And I'm just getting through a lot faster through Schumacher as here. Really gained a lot of time and now sending it to the inside. Was a nice overtake. Didn't lose too much time. We also have 10% damage from that incident after the first corner. And now there is actually a gap of around 4 seconds to the cars in front that are fighting, which gives me time to talk about the update, what I mentioned earlier. So Rennsport dropped a update last week where they reworked the GT3 tire model. It has now a lot better feeling. The car feels really good. They also gave the M2 some new tires, which are also really good. And I really enjoyed driving this tire compared to the tire model before. It feels a bit more safer and not sliding that much anymore. Also, Rennsport announced that they will go to console somewhere this year. So everybody that has a PS5 or Xbox can play Rennsport then as well. So it's not just PC exclusive, but also gets console support. And with that also will get crossplay. So everybody can race against everyone, which I also quite like. They also announced that Sebring is probably coming to Rennsport, as they had a few pictures or a sequence in the trailer for the update, and also posted a preview picture of an hypercar at Sebring. So there will be probably a new track sometime soon, as we don't actually know when it's coming. Maybe this weekend or something like this. Well, we don't know it actually. As we now catched up to Piotr Sadawa, also a driver who has driven some of the RCL races. But if you say you want to test out the update, you can just log in again in Rennsport and test it out. And if you're new, you will get a BMW M2 as first car, and you can race at every track except the Nordschleife. And with tracks, they already have a good variety of them. But now really close to the BMW. And also Ali Zaher is catching up, as he was the Mercedes that stood on the inside. Now going around the outside into that left corner. Was a brave move, but quite nice. And also Ali Zaher had a look on the inside there and can manage to hold the position, so he will catch fairly soon up to me. So as you saw Alisahar flashing there, I'm now letting him go to the inside as he is way faster than me and I just want to maybe gain, but it was so slow at the exit there that we touched a little bit. This little contact made the car feel a lot more lighter at that moment. But nothing big happened there, so everything is fine. Now trying to catch up to the BMW in front. But I lost a lot of time now this round as the car just felt a bit different after he touched with Alisahar. Etienne actually catched up to me. Now we don't have the Mercedes where we're looking at, but rather the Aston Martin behind us in the like pink purple Sharky livery, which I think looks really, really good. I'm now braking a bit lighter so he can get through, as I didn't have the confidence at the moment in the car to really push and be in front of him and let him fight for the position. Just wanted to get into my rhythm again, then start again catching up. But in front you can see Ali Soher actually catch up to, I think it is Bruno. And with those two, it will be a tough situation later in the race. But I don't want to spoiler too much. So if you have an eye out for the BMW and the Mercedes in front, you can see they are quite close to each other. And just watch them there going into the chicane, and they both collide, and Bruno is coming back to the track. That was a wild rejoin. I had to really go into the brakes as this was really close. Just managed to get around him. But everything was fine. We didn't touch and we gained 2 positions through that incident. So yeah, close call, but as nothing happened, it was good for us. But as we saw earlier, Alisaya is a really quick driver and he probably will catch up again. But let's see, maybe he has so much damage that it will be harder for him to catch up. And my delta is also up like 4 to 5 tenths of my fastest lap that I did earlier. And now also doing a really fast lap, as this will be the only jump that we make. It is quite a far jump. Alisa overtook us between there, but it was not that interesting as the first overtake he did on us. Etienne went up a few places also, but we are now in the last 5 minutes of this race with a 6.5 second gap to the Porsche behind of Rowan. And we also sometimes extended the gap and sometimes keeps the same for a lap. So normally nothing to worry about. But as you saw, the race is quite interesting. And every second some things can happen. Or maybe it just goes like this to the end. Alisa is also probably someone we won't catch in these 3.5 minutes that are left. Even that we are now driving our fastest lap with a 1:57.8. And now in going into turn 1, I took it a bit more cautious than before, but lost a lot of time through that. Nearly collided with Rowan, and now side to side with Bruno, so immediately in the action. With just a bit under 3 minutes left, we're now behind Bruno. He made a late move there. I wanted to go to the inside there. So not taking the best lines, as the grip was a bit less after that spin. I was really frustrated after I made that blunder because I had no pressure from behind, or I could maybe gain the position in front, but I was too cautious in that first corner and took the corner too sharp. But that's where we are now, in 10th place, behind a BMW and a Porsche, as Bruno looked down to the inside there, which would have been a very brave move. Trying to maybe get a better exit, but not really. This is not the last lap. We will have probably another lap after us. But this will be 2 intense laps. Bruno goes for a move to the inside there. Now on the outside and really slow through here. Couldn't really accelerate there. Now we really push together. Just who makes a mistake again, or who gets a better exit somewhere. I actually lost a bit in those 2 corners. Now driving another line, not directly behind Bruno, but still not enough to maybe make a move to the inside, as Rowan is defending a bit and was sure what Bruno does here. So braked a bit earlier. But still we three are really close together. Now Bruno makes a mistake, slides the car a bit too much, and I'm now behind him. He moves for the first time. Now I wanted to go to the inside, but he moves as well, and another time. So now at the outside, want to pin him down, and he completely overshot his braking point, drove into Rowan. I needed to go around Bruno a second time in this race. So a lot of drama in the beginning of the last lap. And now with that Bruno stood in my way, I'm having 1.5 seconds gap to Rowan. But maybe I can catch him. As he has probably a lot of new damage through that crash. Maybe makes a mistake as well. We can retake our position that we had 5 minutes earlier. but I really tried to push and the gap didn't go down. Into the chicane and to the last corner, we are still 1.5 seconds away. And now, through my own mistakes, I'm finishing behind Rowan in 9th place. Could have been the 8th place, but yeah, wasn't the best what I did there. So here you can see the standings of the race. Was a really interesting race that made a lot of fun and was quite spectacular actually with the crashes. But I hope you enjoyed the race and see you next time. Bye.